Well, good day. As you could tell, I need a haircut. Let's see here. There we go. And today, my cup of choice is I'm silently correcting your grammar and not being able to talk. Blah. A gift from my brother. Yes. I actually meant to get the other coffee cup that he got me that has a silhouette of Scott Adams, who is coming on right about now while I record this. But I thought, I'm in the mood to record. I'm on my second cup of coffee. I have a couple of things to talk about. And let me see if I can adjust this light here. Is that better? Seems better, but I don't know if it's going to matter on the recording. Ooh, red, bluish, white. I think maybe that's a little light. Anyway, these videos don't usually do well, but I enjoy them the most. And so that's why I'm doing it, because, it does take work to be entertaining, and I haven't really wanted to put the work into it. However, I've been into comedy lately when it comes to thinking about creating comedy, and I asked ChatGPT if it could find me a book that was available on Audible with my subscription. Now I've got a minimal subscription, and I get 1 credit every other month. And but with that subscription, I have access to a library of free books I could be listening to all the time. These days, I don't listen to a lot of books, I'm more entertained. I don't know at what point I stopped learning, but I do know it was after I realized that learning new things did not benefit me socially, and knowing stuff for my own intellectual curiosity while satisfying to myself is not, I don't know, it wasn't the motivation to continue going that direction and just learning out of discipline and to grow my knowledge for my own personal knowledge growth. I just stopped caring anymore because at some point I knew more than anybody else around me in a matter of speaking. And the reason why I know that is because I have a dozen different things, different categories I could talk about. Cosmology, I could talk a little bit about quantum mechanics and all that stuff. I could talk philosophy, economics, politics. The new thing I'm into right now is justice on trial with Judge Judy. It's very interesting because there is a choice that a judge can have between the rule of law and a just outcome. And Judge Judy tends to go for the just outcome. Maybe, I don't know. That might be a misinterpretation, but she gets overruled in the first 2 episodes. And the appeals court, anyway, they rule, 2 of them usually rule on this is the technical, we're going to follow the rule of law and not try to bend it to get the just outcome that we're looking for. Those are nuances and stuff. So we could talk technology, we could talk futurism. I could talk a dozen different subjects. And over the years, I've found people that I can talk to on different things. Nobody can talk about all of the subjects like I can. Now, you might think that is narcissism, but is it narcissism if it's true? Narcissism is acting as if you are superior to others. Now, there's the bad kind of narcissism where you think you're more deserving than others. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't believe in deserving in a matter of speaking. In a spiritual sense, I don't believe in deserving. In a practical, social sense, deserving is a very social mechanism that's important because that's how we survive as a species together socially. So I've been thinking about, okay, should I up my game and start getting more serious about learning stuff? Because I could just entertain myself all day with things that are not really informing me. And drive a truck. And that's basically what I've come to, is minimal amount of learning. But actually, the other thing with going back to the comedy thing is I'm learning. I've found a couple of books. Actually, one of my friends who is a retired professor, has written many books, sent me a book on having to do with the founders and the philosophy that the founders had. Let me see. Please forgive my voice. I didn't take my, what is it called? Whatever I take, bromelain. Oh, I got to make a video on that. Bromelain. And if I take it, it'll clear my throat. Okay, what did I go on here for? Okay, I was going to go on 11 Reader. By the way, if you don't have 11 Reader, you need to download 11 Reader on your phone, because 11 Reader will take a PDF file. You can upload it to it. It's called The Pursuit of Happiness. And you can pick a voice. The voice I picked for this one, and you can see how big the words are. It's because my eyesight isn't normal. Yeah, it's subnormal. I've had glasses since I was in kindergarten. I don't think I needed that, but I'll tell that story another time. The Pursuit of Happiness. And guess what I found? You could pick AI voices to read it. And there's no charge. You can pay something for some reason. I don't know why I would pay for it if I have it for free. But I picked John Wayne to read The Pursuit of Happiness. So get this.
Returning to America in 1775 after being hauled before Parliament for leaking letters about the agitation in Massachusetts, he was elected Postmaster General and then served on the Committee of Five that drafted the Declaration of Independence. After the British defeated Yorktown in 1781, he returned to Europe, where he negotiated the peace treaty with England, served as America's first ambassador to France, and invented bifocals.
He's talking about Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin was a pretty genius guy. He was, I'm not going to get into the biography, but he's talking about him. There's so much I know. And so one of the things I have to learn is, especially when I'm talking to somebody, I used to just kind of vomit up information because it was all interesting to me. And that's inconsiderate, because guess what? Whoever you're talking to does not necessarily care about what you're talking about. And by the way, I got to get a haircut. So when my hair gets this way, I just like to pull it up so it's not bothering me. So I got good sleep. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you, and I'm all over the place, but maybe that's entertaining. I don't know. Excuse me. I need more bromelain. But last night, I'll talk about last night. Do I have ADHD? I don't know. I think, or ADD, maybe just ADD. I bought a grounding mat for my bed, and I feel so relaxed this morning. And it was $25. I'm like, is the $25 version, is that going to work, or do I need to? Well, I'm not going to buy any more than that, because I'm broke actually around this season. I missed a week of work. I already talked about that in a previous video, renewing my license. If you want to hear that story, go there. But I did everything wrong last night except for sleeping on a grounding mat. Yeah. So, because last night I went hog wild, and It's called Revenge Bedtime Procrastination. And I was so tired. And I got one of those little feel-free things. Be careful with those because it's addictive to some people. It isn't to me. I take it every day and I'm not addicted. Just kidding. I don't. Okay, but I went from miserable, like, how am I even going to drive home, to, oh, I feel great, you know? And it doesn't always do that. And I had a couple of days ago, and I was a little bit disappointed because it didn't, so the concoction must have been a little bit off or whatever. They're like they're basically $10, $9.99 a pop. And what it does, I don't know if any of this is coherent. I'm just going on a string of consciousness now. And it combines kratom and kava. And what that does to me is it guarantees that I'm going to get good rest. So anytime I run experiments, there's always multiple variables. Sometimes it's variables that I created myself because I was undisciplined. But I'll find out if the grounding mat made a difference in the future with as the variables. Because I stayed up later than my bedtime, which, not cool. Brian Johnson would not be happy. Going to bed every night at the same time, very important. I know that. And last night I said, I am just going to stay up because that's my control. So anyway, and I didn't care. And I was able to sleep in this morning because it's my day off. So not only that, but I went hog wild and made some popcorn, and I put butter in there. So it wasn't a lot. I actually got a smaller bowl just to kind of... Anyway, I ate all of that and watched 2 episodes of Justice on Trial. Judy... What's her last name? Anyway, I just heard it last night and this morning. I think I remembered it. Well, Judge Judy, whatever her last name is, Judy bothers me. That is very interesting. And so, yeah, I watched 2 episodes last night. After the second episode, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go to sleep. And so when I was eating, I sat on the couch. But what I like to do is take my Oculus and just lay straight on my bed and watch it laying completely flat on my back. I like doing that. That's fun. And I watch it on Prime. So I got great sleep. Anyway, I feel grounded this morning. No pun intended, but that's like a really good word for how I feel. I feel just relaxed. So I think the grounding mat makes the difference. But also, Feel Free does help my sleep quality. I don't know why, because kratom is more of a stimulant. I mean, you can have more kratom and it'll be more of a sedative, but it doesn't seem like it would be good to try to sleep with that, you know. And it can be addictive for some people. It isn't to me. There are some withdrawal effects. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but I can deal with that. Just taper it off or whatever. But it's nice to feel good, you know. But the combination of Feel Free really, kava by itself doesn't do anything to me, and kratom is different. But you combine those, and it's something something different. So anyway, that happened last night. I watched Judy Justice, and I just had my second cup of coffee. I had my espresso this morning, which is like an Americano with some butter in it. And this is half calf with a little bit of milk, goat's milk, and some sugar, cane sugar, and some cacao cacao. The difference between cacao and cocoa is cacao still has the fibers in it, and that's supposed to be good for you. Okay, so that's about all. I did notice last time I made this video that I hitting the table really, so I apologize. I think I moved my cup at one time and that might have reverberated. But I can actually take all this and probably put it back in the room and do my videos there, but I don't know. I kind of like it having it here sitting on a chair instead of standing on my bed, and also having it in this room takes it away. The sound seems to be good. I mean, obviously the back wall, this is the original paint of the house. They had the whole house in this yellow stuff, and we painted everything. Well, I didn't paint at all. Jenny painted the whole thing. And each room's different colors. We got a blue room, a yellow room, a purple room, and our bedroom is a black and white theme. You can see that on different videos. But anyway, I think that's about it. I just wanted to make a video. This thing actually takes longer to process than it does to upload to 3 different platforms. That's how old my computer is. So if anybody can get me a computer like with an M1 chip or M2 or something, because I've got the iCore 7 and it's 10 years old, and it works, but you can't update certain things because that's what Apple does. They make their hardware so good that they have to disable things. But I'm guessing they disable things because it would run slower. But how do things keep running slower and slower? I mean, video is video. I might make the difference, but all that stuff can happen online. Okay, well, that's all I have for now. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but I'll get about 5 views on these kind of videos. I've got hundreds and hundreds of views on other videos and thousands on the shorts. I got to make those shorts. That's one thing I'm going to do. Is I know that a good venue for my poetry is shorts, and if I've concentrated on that, I would actually, I could have 10,000 views a month. So I just haven't gotten around to focusing and doing that. And then the other thing I've got to do is take a subject and dedicate a certain amount of time to thinking through what I'm going to say on that. So I haven't implemented all those. That takes discipline. Doesn't matter how talented you are. You got to be disciplined and do it. I mean, if you're super talented, you can just turn the camera on and do stuff and entertain people if you're a complete natural. But I don't think most people are like that. Even Mr. Beast took years and years to get really interesting. And now he's got 400 million subscribers. I mean, that is amazing. That's like amazing that happened in the world. That's the kind of amazing it is. Just kind of like having an Elon Musk that builds rockets, that all that stuff, yeah, that land themselves. And obviously those two are not comparable. But all right. Wow. Maybe the good sleep really got my brain going, you know? Okay, well, that's enough of your time. Let me know what you think. Do a comment, put a like on this. Go to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing this somewhere else, I might put it on Facebook just because it's Monday. See, it's like the weekend for me. I would think I would get more weekend views. Never happens. People do not watch my YouTube videos on the weekend. I don't know how they watch them during the week, but people do. Seems to work better during the week. I don't know. Anyway, this is this has been fun. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna end it out of discipline and courtesy to you. All right, later. Oh, and go to Supergreen for all your lawn care needs. I should have done that at the beginning. Okay, all right. I will put a link to Supergreen's YouTube channel that gives you very simple, practical steps to get your yard the best that you can have it. All right, bye.